Let's see what happens when a female BJJ blue belt grapples a white belt who is 50% larger. My name is Crystal. If you've watched more than one of my grappling commentaries, go ahead and subscribe so we can be friends. Since he isn't trying to one-hand choke me like in one of those classic scenes in a Lifetime movie, I have to do all the work and keep his arm glued to me so I can lock my legs around his arm and head. Those of you who have watched my videos before know exactly what type of jiu-jitsu game we're gonna play next.
This that great poop on that AV on that TED Talk. Watch my soul speak, you let the meds talk.
He tries to save himself from my armbar by ripping his arm out from between my thighs, so I squeeze with the force that Suzanne Summers would be proud of. Since I'm training for my effortless purple belt era, instead of fighting for the armbar, I just transitioned to a triangle.
If I kill her, it won't be the alcohol. I'm the realest after all. Be humble. Sit down.
He taps, so the submission here is due to a triangle choke finish.
Immediately bad position for myself.
After that first submission, now things start to get a little more spicy. Hey, like Mikey Musumeci likes a spicy meatball. I hear he makes a really mean pizza. After that first submission, the specific move is the manhandle throw, only to be used against anybody who is 50% smaller. Kidding, but not really. My only option is to obviously ball up in a fetal position against this ever powerful, almighty man strength, but no, really, keep your knees tight if you're a beginner against bigger people to keep them away from your torso. The best way to escape from under a heavy person side control is to get an underhook faster than a bead of sweat on a hooker in church. I get to my knees like I'm about to pray and dig my toes into the mat and drive forward like I'm tackling him on a football field and pass guard. Now he has my head and is squeezing with that WBE, that white belt energy. Look at my face. I'm turning 50 shades of red. Listen, rolling with a white belt gives you self-defense training because their moves are raw reactions. In self-defense, a person committed to even a bad decision can be dangerous. The reason his hold isn't choking me is because there isn't a complete compression on my left artery. I still have 50% blood flow to my brain. Out of 50 shades, I'm currently like the 25th shade of red. He blocks my transition across his torso, so I'm forced to headstand across. In my experience against big guys, this headstand transition has been a higher risk to lose the head and arm choke. He uses my handstand momentum to aggressively turn into me. If he keeps turning, the arm triangle choke is lost and I will be in such a bad position. I need to make a choice, either keep strangling or get a better position. My knee and his hip isn't stopping him, so I switch from an arm triangle to an arm in rear naked choke to drive back into him and drive him into the mat so he turns back and forth to try to shake me off. I am like a pit bull on a bone. I am like a Karen at a Christmas sale. Now things get even more interesting. Oh yeah, if you've watched more than one of my videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's like a really warm hug and it makes me feel appreciated. And I thank you for all of you who have done it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the love and support. He performs a great jiu-jitsu technique and drives my head into the mat like it owes him money. He struggles to remember a half guard passing technique, so I re-guard. He drives his elbows into my thighs and asks, like, is this okay? And sweetie, of course, is okay. Like, you have no idea the level of wonderful torture that's included in this game of jiu-jitsu. Subscribe for more tips on how to make acquaintances and alienate people. He has a little PTSD from being attacked while inside my guard and basically knee walks backward. Like, I want none of that. As John Danaher says, one must pass the dangerous legs. We roll out of frame. Right here, since he doesn't whizzer my underhook, that gave me direct access to his back by ducking under to take his back. Remember, if you don't want your back taken, defend underhooks with a whizzer. Now this part is great. This is the classic hand fight that really goes down. So in order to choke out a bigger person who is stronger than you, here is exactly what you're up against. They will try to pull your arms down like he is doing away from their neck. So I fight to get the rear naked choke submission as he fights to peel my arms from away from his neck. Let's see if I can get this submission here. He's like, get off me. And he's trying to reach for my arm, but I'm keeping it out of reach until I can go ahead and go under his chin again and then do like an S grip over the shoulder, which is a MMA move because typically when you're wearing the gloves, you can't do the grip. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Here is the entire roll with minimal edits and some good music. That way you can see the moves again and understand how things go down. And I will see you at the end of this round.
She's in love with who I am. Back in high school, I used to bust it to the dance. Now I hit the FBO with duffels in my hands. 13 hours till I land, had me out like a light, hey, like a light, hey, like a light. Hey, slept through the flight, hey, not for the night. Hey, 767, man, this shit got double bedroom, man. I still got scores to settle, man. I crept down the block, made a right, yeah. Cut the lights, yeah. Made a price, make it sweet. It's on sight, yeah. Nothing nice, yeah. Vegas in my ice. Jesus Christ, yeah. Check sober stripes, yeah. That's what I like, that's what we like. Lost my respect, you're not a threat. When I shoot my shot, that shit wetty like on Shaq. See the shots that I took, wet like on Book, wet like on Lizzie. I be spinning valley circle blocks till I'm busy. Like where is it? They keep that on like I say, you know that it is life, yeah. It's absolute, yeah. I'm back with Boo. It's lit. Got Ferrari, Jamba Juice, yeah. We back on the road, they jumping up, no parachute, yeah. Shorty in the back, she say she working on the glutes, yeah. Ain't by the book, yeah. It's how it look, yeah. Gotta check, yeah. Just check the foots, yeah. Pass this to my daughter, I'ma show her what it took. Baby mama cover Forbes, got these other shook, yeah.
That real the whole? Like I do it fast, real fast, fast, fast. Sing in my old song, yelling ass. Babies beating, trying to beat me. Then they crash. Kill 100 like the number on my dash.
She like I throw range, keep on throwing head, keep on throwing head, bitch working the back, I know you don't like me, you wanna fight me, you don't want no problem, at your party, don't invite me, I don't worry about you niggas, they start talking about me, always talking about me cause you looking for the clout, T6 Nina, the 9 Nina, riding in a two-seater with two Ninas, baby got that Aquafina, cocaine, smoking on that OG Reefer, no DMV, Forgiatos on the bench truck, make a friend talk, so she could get you now. She let my friends walk, star shining in the Rolls Royce, ain't got red cups, wait, hold up. Nah, I still don't give a vroom, G5, vroom, yeah. You the type that I never wanna be like. You the type that will never get a replay. High hater, buy hater, vroom. Like I throw randy.
That real ass and keep your home? Yeah, eat a cookie monster. He a slave to call me master. They get nervous when it's Nicki on a roster. Somebody usher this nigga into a clinic.
If you learned something or laughed or enjoy this content at all, go ahead and subscribe so we can be friends and we can stay connected. One thing I really want to mention is the gentleman in this role did very, very well. As a beginner, this is basically what it's like to enter into the arena. And he did such a great job. Afterward, he was wondering, you know, what are some things that I could do better? So I decided to give him some tips in this video, like one tip being, if somebody gets an underhook on you, immediately whizzer, or else you're giving them direct access to the back. Otherwise than that, you know, like some of the PTSD from from being attacked, it's like sometimes when you're in jiu-jitsu, life teaches you, okay, if something bad happens, avoid that. If you touch the stove and it burns you, don't touch the stove. If you're in Crystal's guard and she triangle chokes you, stay away from her guard. But in fact, the moment that jiu-jitsu really changed for me was the moment that I stopped taking anything personally and imagined myself almost like a video game character, that I could then download different moves into my character to combat the moves of the other players that I was playing against. Definitely subscribe, because the next role is a perfect example of this. Okay, if you're getting armbarred and triangled a lot, what are the things that you're doing 3 seconds before that that's contributing to it, and what are the escapes? Everything in jiu-jitsu, the beauty of it is there's always an answer for everything. There are multiple answers for everything. That feeling of that white belt feeling, like I had it too. It's like, yeah, you know, at that moment in time, I, as a white belt beginner, yeah, comparatively, I did suck to everybody. But in jiu-jitsu, the beautiful thing is when you're growing with other people, in comparison, I will always suck compared to somebody else, and I, you know, will always be better than other people. But the whole point is to use those moments to learn and to figure out what went wrong and how can I download more moves in order to get better. Like, it's just an ongoing, like, it's not even a problem, it's a game. It's like, how many levels can I, like, what are the, you know, and your character gets more and more skill, then you can do more things, and it's just, I don't know, like, it's just fun. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I love you. You're doing great. You're getting better every day. Of course, you're in your own body and you have this sense of time, so you probably don't notice it, but you are getting better. Yeah, so I love you, and until next time, bye.
Talking about snitches when it's snitches and you can't. Never stand alone, you always itching for a stamp. Me, I'm still money, this is light up like a lamp. They gon' have to send their best fighter for the champ. I got a Mary, I'm popping. They keep hating, but still watching. Check the boards, I'm still topping. Bust down a plain chain, I got options. It's a